Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Randy Orton is currently back in WWE, but even after his return, he thought he would have to retire. The star has confessed that he thought he would have to give up wrestling forever. Randy Orton sat down with Stephanie McMahon for an interview on What's Your Story? There, he discussed how, after his injury, he thought he would never wrestle again. He said that even after he had returned, his head was playing out the worst-case scenarios at the time, and he was trying to go to bed at night, but was unable to sleep thanks to horrifying panic attacks. Randy Orton gave the good news that it had now been 6 months since he had a panic attack. Randy Orton is currently back in WWE, and although he lost his chance to win the King of the Ring tournament at Night of Champions, he still may become a 15-time WWE World Champion soon. In his free time, Orton is an avid reader and spends hours lost in books. Orton has worked in the field of wrestling and mixed martial arts journalism for several years. In addition to his work on Sportskeeda, Orton is a fiction writer and has co-written over 20 biographies. He was also a columnist for 90 Minutes. Randy Orton is widely recognized as one of WWE's most decorated and durable superstars. With a career spanning over 2 decades and multiple world championships under his belt, the Viper has stood as a symbol of excellence, longevity, and resilience in the squared circle. But recently, Orton pulled back the curtain on a deeply personal and painful chapter of his life, one that almost ended his legendary wrestling journey for good. In an emotional and revealing interview, Randy Orton confessed that he was once unsure if he would ever wrestle again due to serious health issues, including crippling panic attacks that began to affect both his physical and mental well-being. This eye-opening revelation has stunned fans and added another layer of appreciation for his triumphant return. A painful setback, career in jeopardy. Back in 2022, Orton was sidelined with a severe back injury that required spinal fusion surgery, a procedure so serious that doctors advised against any kind of return to the ring. At the time, Orton was one half of the popular RK Bro tag team alongside Riddle, and their momentum had been peaking. Orton recalled the grim diagnosis he was given. "The doctors told me, you're done. Your body can't take this anymore. You need to start thinking about life after wrestling. That crushed me." Orton admitted that while the physical pain was excruciating, the emotional toll of possibly saying goodbye to WWE, his second home since 2002, was even harder to bear. Wrestling was all he had ever known, and the thought of being forced into retirement was devastating. The mental struggle, panic attacks take over. In perhaps the most harrowing part of his revelation, Orton opened up about suffering intense panic attacks during his time away from WWE. He described them as horrifying and debilitating, often coming without warning. "I'd be sitting at home, not even thinking about wrestling, and suddenly my heart would race, my chest would tighten, and I'd feel like I was dying. It was terrifying." These attacks weren't just limited to moments of stress. They happened during family time, while running errands, even while lying in bed. Orton, who had always portrayed the image of a calm and collected predator on screen, was now dealing with a private battle that was leaving him vulnerable and afraid. He noted how the combination of physical immobility and emotional uncertainty played a role in intensifying the panic. When your body starts failing you, your mind starts playing tricks. "I felt trapped in my own skin. Family support, a lifeline during darkness." Throughout this challenging period, Orton credited his wife Kim and their children as his greatest source of strength. He shared that Kim was instrumental in helping him seek help for his mental health, including therapy and breathing techniques to manage panic attacks. "She saw me at my worst and never let go of my hand. I owe so much to her." His children, too, played a major role in keeping him grounded. Watching them grow, laugh, and thrive reminded him of what truly mattered beyond wrestling. Orton emphasized how important it was for him to be open about mental health, especially as someone known for being tough and unshakable. "If sharing this helps even one person realize that it's okay to ask for help, then I've done something right." The road to recovery, rebuilding the Viper. Despite grim medical outlooks, Orton remained determined to return. He adopted a strict rehab routine, worked with top physical therapists, and began to slowly regain his strength. His doctors eventually agreed to allow a return to light training under strict supervision. Over time, Orton rebuilt himself, physically and mentally. He worked on conditioning his body to absorb impact again and leaned on meditation and mental wellness exercises to reduce panic symptoms. He admitted it wasn't easy. There were days I'd wake up and think, there's no way I'm getting in the ring again. But I pushed. The WWE Universe witnessed the fruits of that determination in 2023 when Randy Orton made a thunderous return at Survivor Series War Games, silencing all doubts about his career being over. Fans erupted in joy, and the locker room welcomed him back with open arms. A new perspective, gratitude over glory. Since returning to the ring, Randy Orton has made it clear he's wrestling smarter, not harder. He understands his body has limits, and he's adjusted his style accordingly. But perhaps the biggest change isn't in how he moves, it's in how he sees the business. I don't take anything for granted anymore. Every match, every ovation, every bump, it means something now. He also hopes that by being open about his panic attacks, more wrestlers will feel empowered to speak up about mental health struggles. Wrestling is physical, yes, but it's just as much mental. And we need to treat it that way. WWE and the fans, a connection never lost. Randy Orton's story of resilience has deeply resonated with fans, many of whom shared their own mental health experiences on social media. WWE also gave him space to speak openly in backstage interviews and on podcasts, further encouraging discussions around athlete wellness. Superstars like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and even Roman Reigns praised Orton for his vulnerability, calling him a true locker room leader. Final thoughts. The Viper still strikes. Randy Orton may have once doubted if he'd ever step foot in the ring again, but his return has not only been a personal triumph, it's become an inspiration for many. By sharing the hidden pain behind the spotlight, he's reminded the world that even legends struggle, and that strength lies in seeking help, not hiding hurt. Now, with a new chapter unfolding, Orton is more focused, appreciative, and dangerous than ever. The Viper is still striking, not just with RKO precision, but with a voice that advocates for healing, honesty, and heart. Welcome back, Randy. The ring was never the same without you.